Hi, welcome to BJLive. Today I want to share with you a few ideas to optimize the use of one of the fundamental objects in a multisensory room, the fiber optic strands. There are lots of things that you can do with the fiber optics, and today we're going to talk about just a few activities that have more of a motor focus, which means these activities are related to facilitating posture, movement, and abilities which are more physically functional in nature. These are activities you can do in early education settings, people with special education needs, people with disabilities, the elderly, those who have cognitive challenges, etc. The important thing here is to ensure that your objective is in line with the needs of your user. So let's talk about activities to encourage cephalic control, that is, control of one's head. What we want to achieve here is that our user can maintain or increase muscle tone and movement of the neck. For this, we lie the user face down and show them the ends of the fiber optic strands at a distance of approximately 30 centimeters or 1 foot from the face. When the user takes notice of the fiber optics, we slowly move the strands and try to have our user move their head to follow the edges of the strands. With this, we are trying to have them gently lift their head little by little from the mattress or the mat that they are lying on. We can also do this activity while the user is sitting on a chair, and in the same way, we'll hold the strands approximately 30 centimeters or 1 foot away from the face. When we see that they have noticed the fiber optics and are focused on them, we can little by little move the strands so that they follow the movement, striving to keep the movement in alignment looking straight ahead. We can also do activities to help develop tactile abilities and visual motor coordination. For example, we can offer fiber optic strands and entice our user to touch the edges with their hand, stimulating them to grab the edges, even encouraging them to use pressure. If our user does not respond, we can try by assisting a slight stimulation of their tactile sense by passing the fiber optics over the back part of their hand, and then little by little see if you can access their palm and stimulate the grab reflex. We can also work on objectives which require more precision. Separate only one fiber optic and with the edge entice the user to reach for the strand with their finger. We can also move the fiber optic strand more quickly, and this adds an element of visual coordination to our activity if you want to make the activity more challenging for them. Now let's do some activities with the feet, again, to work on visual motor coordination. So let's spread out the fiber optic strands on the floor so that our user attempts to touch the different points of light with their feet, sometimes with their toe, other times with their heel, their right foot, their left foot, etc. Another option is to spread out the strands on the user's foot itself and invite them to explore what this feels like, to move the strands with their foot, and perhaps even intermingle the strands for further coordination skills. So now let's talk about activities related to general movement, such as rolling over, crawling, sitting down, standing on our feet. The fiber optic strands are a very motivating element because you can sway the strands in order for your user to follow them and try to catch them. We can also use them to form, for example, a tunnel shape and have children pass through the tunnel. Otherwise, if you're working with users who have a more confident sense of movement, we can work on balance and dynamic coordination by spreading the strands on the floor to create pathways so that the user can follow them, step over them, jump past them, etc. We You can also use the fiber optics to increase the range of movement, either with their legs or their arms or other parts of the body. This is actually very simple to do. What we're going to do is we're going to place the fiber optics at different heights. So our user has to reach towards the point where the strands are placed, and this way open up the movement, perhaps of the shoulder or the knee, depending on the needs of the user. So let's recap. We have to have a clear objective in working with a specific user, be it with the elderly, individuals with cognitive impairment, individuals in physical therapy, those who are physically challenged with or without special needs. The most important factor is to have an objective in mind which works in line with the needs of the user. With a clear objective, we are sure that our intervention will be more effective. If you'd like to learn more, equip your sensory room, or upgrade your equipment, please feel free to get in touch with our team. Thanks for joining.